Imagine a machine gun, not from the industrial age, but from ancient Greece. A weapon firing projectiles at an astonishing rate, far beyond the capabilities of any single soldier. This wasn't a fantasy, it was the Polybolos, a repeating catapult designed over 2,300 years ago. A testament to an ingenuity your history books often overlook. It was a true ancient marvel. How could such advanced technology exist so long ago? Your mind might struggle to reconcile ancient with machine gun, yet around 250 BC, Dionysius of Alexandria engineered a weapon that could launch a volley of arrows with unprecedented speed. This wasn't just a bigger crossbow, it was an automated system. Operators would simply turn a crank and the machine would do the rest. It truly redefined the battlefield. The genius lay in its internal mechanics. The Polybolos featured a sophisticated chain drive system, a concept your ancestors wouldn't see widely adopted for another 1,500 years in things like bicycles. This chain, powered by the crank, simultaneously pulled back the bowstring, loaded a new arrow from a magazine, and then released the projectile, all in one fluid, continuous motion. Can you grasp the sheer brilliance of this design? Think about it. A continuous loop of power transfer, loading and firing without manual intervention for each shot. This was automation centuries before the term even existed. It represented a leap in mechanical engineering that should have revolutionized warfare and industry. Why then did this incredible innovation seemingly vanish? The Polybolos wasn't an isolated incident of ancient technological prowess. Consider Ctesibius, another brilliant Alexandrian inventor, who developed pneumatic cannons. These weren't gunpowder weapons. They used compressed air to launch projectiles. Imagine the power of air, harnessed for destruction. Long before modern compressors, your understanding of ancient physics might need an update. And then there was Archimedes, whose legendary Architronito was rumored to be a steam cannon. While its existence is debated, the concept itself is staggering, using the explosive power of steam to hurl massive projectiles. These were not mere curiosities. They were blueprints for a future that never arrived. What prevented these groundbreaking inventions from changing the world? The answer, many historians suggest, lies not in a lack of capability, but in a deliberate suppression by the dominant powers of the era. Empires like Rome, built on the backs of vast slave populations, had little incentive to embrace labor-saving devices. Automation, even in warfare, threatened the very foundation of their social and economic order. If machines could do the work, what would become of the millions of enslaved individuals? Introducing such technologies on a wide scale would have destabilized the existing power structures. It would have challenged the necessity of a massive slave workforce, potentially leading to widespread social unrest or even revolution. Your leaders today still grapple with the implications of automation. Imagine the fear it instilled in ancient rulers. So these incredible inventions were not widely adopted. They remained curiosities, perhaps deployed in limited, specialized circumstances, but never allowed to proliferate. The knowledge, instead of being expanded upon and refined, was often lost or deliberately obscured. It was easier to maintain the status quo than to embrace a future that might dismantle their empires. The Polybolos, Ctesibius's air cannons, Archimedes' steam cannon, these were not just forgotten. They were, in a sense, hidden by the very societies that could have benefited most from them, out of a fear of change and a desire to preserve an unjust social order. Your ancestors were capable of incredible feats, but sometimes progress is stifled by power. The story of the 2,300-year-old machine gun isn't just about a lost invention. It's about the choices societies make, the technologies they embrace, and the ones they deliberately try to hide.